Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. For today's video, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. I don't usually do videos like this, and this is going to be my first one, but I did want to talk about 21 Days of Beauty because when I first saw the list go up with like the magazine scans, I was just like, I'm gonna go and sleep because it was so boring. But then they released the full list of everything and I was like, wait, hold on, oh no. So I do have a little 21 Days of Beauty kind of pool of money that I save up for twice a year, and I just kind of use this as the opportunity to really just treat myself to whatever I've been interested in and also to stock up on anything that I actually use. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about things that I'm eyeing, things that I'm buying, and things that I would recommend or not to you guys if you guys were wondering what my choices were. So to start off, for August 29th, I am eyeing that Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Now it should be noted, I don't feel like anybody knows what it actually is. Like, it doesn't come with like a 10-step program of how to use it, right? And nobody really knows what it is, and so my curiosity is like about to get the better of me, and I'm just like, well, at half off it's what, like $10? Like, I'm curious. I kind of want to try it just so I can like say that I tried it and just like let you guys revel in the experience of watching me try to use something that nobody actually knows what it is. So I'm eyeing it. I'm probably going to end up not getting it, but it's definitely on my radar for now. I'm thinking about it. What I would recommend is going to be the Foreo Luna. So anybody who is wanting to invest in something related to their skincare, like if you have money you want to spend, I really can't recommend the Foreo Luna enough. I feel like it really cleans and exfoliates my skin so well. I use it every night in the shower, and honestly, I've not even had to recharge it yet. It lasts forever, which is good because I actually lost the cable. This is like kind of an updated version. The one I had, I got half off and it was like $50 or $55. This one is gonna be like, I think 70 or 75, but it's still such an amazing deal. They have a bunch of new things out, like the UFO and the bear and whatever, and if I had the spare change, I totally would buy those. Maybe they'll be half off someday, but I really can't recommend the Foreo Luna enough, and it's so easy to keep clean too. Like, mine's never had any issues with staying clean. For August 30th, there is nothing. I know a lot of people really like the Clinique powder, but there's nothing that I'm interested in. August 31st, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the Cover FX blush duos. Now these actually did go half off at a previous 21 Days of Beauty. I bought like 3 or 4 shades. I have since sold every single one of them. They're just not what I anticipated them being. I never used the shimmery sides like I thought I would, and just not for me. The formula was so pigmented that it was just too pigmented for me. I just couldn't really deal with it. I felt like it didn't blend out super well, so I personally don't really recommend these. However, if you do like these, obviously it's a really good deal. And I remember last time I got these, I had to actually wait until like 1 a.m. in the morning or something. They sold out really quickly. I think the app actually like broke for a few minutes because so many people were trying to buy them. So September 1st, I have the Too Faced Natural Nudes eyeshadow palette. I love it and I really recommend it. This is a really great palette, and the mattes being bigger than the shimmers are really great. If somebody's going to be using this and panning all the shades, you'll definitely enjoy that the mattes are in bigger pans. I think the shade selection of this entire palette is really pretty. You have a really great mix of browns, rosies, and oranges. Like, you get all of it in one palette, and it's just really great. So I personally would really recommend that. If anybody was interested, that is such a good deal to buy it. And I remember when I got it, I only got it 20% off, and I still really like it. So for half off, it would be a really great deal. Alright, September 2nd, I am going to be getting the Lancome Bifacial Makeup Remover. Now, it's like, are you Camp Clinique, take the day off, or are you Camp Lancome Bifacial Remover? I feel like people go one of two ways. I own both, and I actually do quite like both, and I use both for some reason. I feel like they work both together better than using either one separately. I only have minis from free samples because like every time my mom orders from Lancome, she would get all these free samples, so I have like a little army of tiny bottles. But I'm going to be getting a full size for this just so I have plenty more. And then the Nabla Skin Glazing and Skin Bronzing are both going to be half off, and I'm going to have to really try my best to get a hold of these. I have a feeling they're going to sell out pretty quickly. I have one that I have already talked about in a previous video. I have the Skin Bronzing. I love it so much. It's like Clinique Cheek Pop but as a bronzer, and I really want to pick up one of their, or 2 of their skin glazings if I can get them on time. So that is definitely something I would like to get. I remember the skin glazings have gone half off in the past and I skipped because it sold out just like in an instant. So I'm gonna try this time, we'll see what happens. September 3rd is going to be the biggest thing everyone's been talking about, is the false lashes. Now I'm not gonna partake in these, you know, given my eye shape. They're all just too much for my lashes. Like, it's going up to my eyebrows, it's covering up all my eyeshadow, just not for me. I would not recommend these prestige lashes if anybody has a similar eye shape to mine where they're small or they're monolid or whatever. I just really wouldn't recommend these. I was thinking maybe I'll get like the House of Lashes light lashes, but if you guys recall in one of my Sydney Grace videos, I put them on and they literally went on and just pointed straight at the ceiling and they looked terrible and I could not get the band. The band did not fit to my eyelid and it just was twisting at such a weird way that it made the lashes literally point straight up to the skyscrapers. I could not get it to go down no matter how hard I pushed. So I'm not going to be buying any House of Lashes this year. I'm probably never going to buy from them ever again. Really, I love their Patrick Ta collection so much that I thought their normal line would be just as good, and also Judy talks about them all the time, but I think something about them and monolids, there's not an agreement there. So I personally am completely skipping, but if you use those lashes and you like those lashes, obviously stock up. This is a good deal. Just if you're never tried them before but you have monolids, I would say stay away. I'll make a video about my favorite lashes for monolids soon. I'm just trying a bunch. I have a couple more I want to try before I give my last opinion, so that way I have a bunch in different price points to tell you guys about. And then the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Now I have used this in the past. I panned it and then I chose not to repurchase it because I found it to be too creamy. Compared to the Brow Wiz is a lot more waxy and a lot less pigmented. This one, it built up too fast. It's like the Brow Blade in that regard. And the only reason the Brow Blade stays in my collection is because I can compromise with how pigmented the pencil end is because the ink stain side is so good. So I just suck it up and deal with it. But I don't personally like the Precisely My Brow Pencil. If you want a good brow pencil, I prefer Brow Wiz over this. However, Brow Wiz is curiously missing from this year's sale, which really sucks, and Brow Blade was half off at one point and I was hoping it would come back because it's a really great thing too. But if you like your brow pencils a little bit more pigmented and you like how thin Precisely My Brow is, it is good, it's just not my preference. Okay, September 5th. This is a doozy. They have the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue and Primer. And then they have the Beauty Blender in pink. Now, I have mentioned before that I use the Shop Miss A sponges that are $155. However, I might get that Beauty Blender just because it's pink, and admittedly, Beauty Blender is really nice. It's not 20 times nicer than the Shop Miss A sponge, so I still just use the Shop Miss A sponge, but for $10, I might buy this just because it's pink. Don't judge me. And then the Futurist Hydra Rescue. Now, I initially was going to buy this because I've never tried it before just because it's so expensive, but I'm just like, I have always wanted to try it, but I actually am probably going to not because I was looking at swatches and the undertones are probably not just not going to be my jam, which is a real shame. But also, I was reading that the coverage is really not that great and I'm looking for something fuller coverage right now, so it probably would be something I would buy and then I complain about it not being full coverage, in which case it's my fault for buying it. So I'm probably just gonna pass on that. I might get the primer though. Primer does look really nice. Yeah, I might get the primer. September 6th, the only thing I can say is Hoola. I mean, Hoola's fine. Hoola's fine. If you want to get it, you're gonna not regret it, I guess. But in today's market, we have so many other powder bronzers, you don't need to get Hoola anymore. Hoola is no longer the end-all be-all. If you're looking for a good powder bronzer that is in a similar kind of shade range to the original Hoola, then get like Nobla Skin Bronzing or something, or I mean whatever. Like, I feel like there's just so many other bronzers on the market now, you don't need to get Hoola. But if you want to get Hoola, of course, get it, but I just can't. I have it and I just can't recommend it anymore. There's so many other powder bronzers I prefer. September 7th is going to be the Stila pencil liners, which I would be tempted to get, except I don't use pencil liners often enough to justify getting more, and I still have my Clio ones. They're still in great condition, but tempting. Bare Minerals concealers. Now, I was gonna pick up the stick one just because I'm looking for a good stick concealer to like replaced, so to speak, the GlitchxCity Professional Triple Concealer, but couldn't find one that would really match my shade. I don't think any of those would be good for me. The bigger thing is that all of the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighters are going to be on sale, as well as the blush and bronze duos. Now that's definitely tempting. I'm not going to pick up any of the highlighters as I have her holiday highlighter palette and I have one loose highlighter and I like it. I already have a Mood Light, so I don't really know if I want to pick up another one. However, I have been thinking of getting one in a deeper shade to use as a bronzer. I saw her do this once and I was like, that's actually a really good idea. So I might do that, and I do know for a fact I will be picking up one more blush and bronze duo. I have the really cool pink, almost lilac-y one, and I do want to get another one that's a bit warmer. So I'm gonna be shopping that one. That's a good one. I do really like those. September 8th, I am very tempted to try those Buxom primer infused blushes. The shades definitely are much more like what Westerners would prefer to wear as blush, and definitely not what I prefer to wear as blush. I have a much more I just really like the blush colors that are more popular in East Asia. I just like those, and these are not those, so tempted, but likely not. Thursday, September 9th, the only one that I have tried is the MAC Paint Pot, and I don't have it anymore. I did sell it, too dry for my eyelids. If you have really dry eyelids like me, not really the best fit, would not recommend, but in any other regard, it is a really good eye base, so yeah. And if you want to get it, I would and you have an Asian kind of skin tone like me, then get soft ochre, don't get Painterly. Painterly's really pink. September 10th, I will be shopping the Urban Decay Single Shadows because there are there's like 2 specific Moondust eyeshadow shades I want, and if they're in stock, I'm gonna get them, one of which is the Space Cowboy shade. I want that one, and then there's like one other one I want. If they're in stock in store, because I usually go to store, then I'm gonna pick up some of the Urban Decay singles. September 11th, the IT Cosmetics brush sets, the It Brushes for Ulta. It Brushes for Ulta is so good in terms of synthetics. They are so soft. I really like them. I cannot recommend them enough, but at full price, I also cannot really recommend them. But at half price, because I remember one time the single brushes were all half off, and I went completely crazy, and the site freaking crashed, and it took forever for me to get my brushes. They are really good. When it's half price, it's like the best brushes in the planet. So I'm gonna be buying a set. I'm probably gonna get the set that's like the airbrush set that has all the domed fluffy brushes, just because the other sets all have angled brushes, and I just waste of a brush set for me. So I'm gonna be buying those, and I totally recommend them. September 12th, nothing there. September 13th, nothing there. Although I do really like the COSRX pimple patches, and I might be picking those up just to get more because I am running low. I do really like those. I recommend those a lot. September 14th, I have the Lorac Pro palettes. I got them a couple months ago. I do really like them. I don't really use them that often. I mostly got them just because I just wanted to have them. But they are really nice. You can't go wrong. So for half off, obviously, really good deal you got going there. September 15th might be a little bad for me. The Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Setting Spray. I have been eyeing this one for months. It's been sitting on my loves list for months. The All Nighter primers in both glow and normal are also going to be on sale. I want all 3 of them, and I might get all 3 of them. So we might be seeing that happen. And then the ABH Luminous Foundation. Now I've been wanting to try this ever since it initially came out. I just never got around to it because around the time I was wanting to get it, you couldn't swatch. And I heard the undertones are just really strange, so you really have to swatch it in store to find your shade. So I am going to see if maybe like a store associate can like swatch it on a palette, or just like put some on her hand and let me look at it and whatever, just so I can look at it in store, because you obviously still can't swatch right now, but maybe a store associate can like let me like look at what comes out or something, because I am really interested in trying this one. So if I had to pick between the Estee Lauder or the ABH, then I'm gonna want to pick up the ABH Luminous Foundation. So tempted, but I feel like the only qualm I have is like I feel like I already have luminous foundation. Like obviously I already have dewy foundations, and I'm not so sure what the coverage on the ABH one is, so I'm gonna have to do more research. Right now it could go either way, but likely something I will pick up unless I get really lazy, or if I cannot see my shade at all, then obviously I'm just gonna have to skip. And then finally on the 16th, well no, I'm just kidding. On the 16th we have the Too Faced Killer liners. These are Too Faced pencil liners. I'm not gonna be getting any of those. I was tempted, but again, as I mentioned earlier, I do have pencil liners I like. I am gonna go and pick up a Professional primer. I love the hydrating version, and I do want to try the brightening version. The pink one seems really cool. I don't know, I feel like I'd like it. So I'm probably gonna pick up a hydrating and a brightening. I'm gonna like, my primer drawer is gonna like explode after this. I just realized, whatever. And then September 17th, a lot of people are really excited about the Norvina palette. I decluttered mine a long time ago. Just the shades just looked like bruise on me, and I felt like the shimmer formula was Fallout City, so I didn't really like it. However, looking back on it, now that we have time to look back on the Norvina palette, I feel like it was, you know, a pretty solid release, and I can see people liking it. So if you don't have the same issue as I did where your olive undertones made the purples look like bruises, then by all means go ahead and get it. It is obviously a really good deal and has never really been half off before. So finally, September 18th. Okay, now we're at the last day. I am going to be picking up the NARS Climax mascara just because it's literally only $12 and I'm always on the hunt for the new and best thing for my lower lashes. I always need my lower lash mascara to be like as volumizing as possible because my lower lashes are just so bad, and the Climax mascara always seems so volumizing on people's upper lashes when they use it, so I'm gonna get it just because I just want to see what happens if I use it on my lower lashes. And for $12, I really can't complain. The Urban Decay All Nighter powder. I recommended this one to my sister as she's very oily. I've heard this is a holy grail powder for a lot of people with oily skin, so if you are looking to find a powder and you have oily skin, maybe pick it up and see what happens. I'm not gonna be getting it, but a good solid option. And then the Stila Glitter and Glow, I was tempted, but you know, Morgan Turner was mentioning how quickly they dry out, so I'm gonna be passing, but definitely tempting and definitely something to think about if you're the kind of person who would actually like use it enough times to consider it worth your purchase. So that's it. I'm not sure what the surprise steals are gonna be. Obviously, we'll see about that, but that is kind of my finished list. It's a lot, but it's also, I think it's you know, this is about average for me for 21 Days of Beauty. So I personally am really excited, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know if you guys have any particular picks you're looking at, or if you have any questions about any of the products that I didn't mention, definitely feel free to ask. And if I know anything about them, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, you know, you'll have to just kind of search it up yourself. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this quick little video about 21 Days of Beauty, and I might make a video later showing my 21 Days of Beauty haul of what I got over the course of the 3 weeks. We'll see how small it ends up being compared to everything I'm eyeing, because I always end up skipping out on certain things. Like, I'll have a long list of things I wanted, and then when the day comes, I'll get really lazy and I just won't buy it. So I might make a little haul just because I made this video, so I guess I should make a follow-up video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!